All right, last video for today. G'day, hi, and welcome from the helm of the Silver Pellet. For those of you who tell me clean my car, now let's talk about some self-improvement. Okay. In my last video, I left you with a cliffhanger. Da, da, da. And this is a video I've wanted to make for a long time, and I can go on for hours on this one topic. I could, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna try the short and sweet videos, which it's not normally my thing. Usually my videos are hours long, but you know, sometimes you got to put out a little bit of cheese things there to get people addicted before you give them the big, you know, the big meal, right? So, chasing happiness. You should never, ever, ever chase happiness, ever. Don't put it out of your head. Okay, take your hand. Okay, angle it about like that. Move it behind your head. Now smack yourself. 1, 2, 3. No. Do it. Just do it. And you got to do this because, first off, I think it's funny if you actually did it. But secondly, is to knock some sense into yourself. You do not chase happiness. Never chase happiness. That's the dumbest thing you could ever do. And you want to know why? Well, it's quite simple. Happiness is not a destination. It's a byproduct. Now, what do you get happiness from? Fulfillment is what you get happiness from. It's a byproduct of fulfillment. What you should chase is fulfillment. How do you get fulfillment? Well, some people are confused, they're lost, and again, we talked about perspectives in the last couple of videos. Their perspectives are out of whack, so they don't know what they want. And it's one of those things that then they go on this bizarre soul-searching journey through self-improvement, not realizing that that's still just a distraction. You have to go right to the meat and potatoes of the thing. You got to go right to the foundation. What do you have in your life? What don't you have in your life? And I'll put it to you this way. A lot of people, again, I'll bring it up again. I can't remember the kid's name. Some YouTuber. Kid, I don't know how old he is. Obviously old enough to drive. Probably made money, you know, streaming or whatever. Never worked a day in his life. Makes a couple of $1 million, buys himself a Lamborghini. Zipping down the highway in his Lamborghini with his buddy in the rain, and he decides to step on it, and of course hydroplanes and goes out of control, hits the guardrail, and nearly kills his, you know, well, he didn't nearly kill his buddy, but he messed up the car anyway. And it's just like, you know, people chase stuff like that. They think that's the guy I want to be. You know, they don't look at the guy that has, you know, the $400 car like me, right? They don't look at stuff like that. Because they think that they're going to be happy if they have that Lamborghini. But like I explained in a previous video, I have a friend that has like very, very financially secure, and he still complains. And then me, like my cousin was asking me, you know, like about a week or so ago, you know, like, have you ever woken up angry? You know, and I'm like, not that I can recall. You know, like, have you ever wake up in a bad mood? I'm like, not really. Maybe a couple times in my life, I'm sure, but nothing comes to mind. And he was like, how? And I'm like, well, I keep my expectations low, so I'm never disappointed. Right? So I expect things to always go the opposite way that I need to. But that's not what I'm focused on. I'm not a pessimistic person. I'm a stoic person, so that's, you know, the world is what it is, and you just accept it for that and learn to live around the madness, rather than, oh, I got to fix this in the world. First off, you can't do it. No one person can fix the world. And the one person that could, well, we crucified him 2,000 years ago. Now we're fucked, right? It's like, oops, my bad, right? So I didn't do it, but you know, there was a group that did it, and yeah, we'll leave it at that. So it's kind of like cutting down the tree of hope and the tree of life. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like, oh, we screwed up. Let's go back to the beginning, guys. We ain't gonna make it. But anyway, the thing I would say is that when you take perspective of your life, you look what's in your life and what's in it. And some people have a very dark life, but you can you have the ability to change yourself. Nobody else. You know, leopards don't change their spots. I get that. So you have to learn to recognize what your faults are And I'm not talking in the artificial self-improvement thing where I don't look the way I want to look. I'm not at the weight I want. I'm not talking about that. And I'm not a body positivity person or anything like that. I'm not a health freak. I'm not anything like that. But I do understand the concept of balance. Do you have balance in your life? And that's not an arbitrary question. It's not a broad question. It is a very direct question. Do you have balance in your life? What does balance look like? Well, balance looks like relationship stability, not necessarily romantic, but just your day-to-day life. You know, like, do you get up in the morning and talk to nobody, go to work, talk to nobody, come home, talk to nobody? Well, you don't have much balance in your life if you're doing that. You get up in the morning, you talk to maybe you're in a relationship, you talk to your significant other, you head out the door, you go to work, you don't talk to anybody until you get home. Okay, you got a little bit of balance in your life. You get up in the morning, you talk to everybody, talk to the dog, you talk to the goldfish, you talk to your significant other. And if you don't have a significant other, you go out in the morning and then you see your neighbor. Hey, how's it going? Blah, blah, blah. I'm on my way to work. Get to work, you talk to everybody at work. And after work, you go and you talk to a bunch of other people and you're socializing here, socializing there. Then you get home and then somebody calls you, hey, we got to go and socialize again. You go out and you socialize. I'm not talking to those people. Those people that got their shit sorted out. Now, that should have kind of given you a little bit of a hint of what I'm talking about with relationships. Are you engaged with relationships? Do you have something that is occupying you out of your own head that you are concerned, maybe not concerned, but occupied by something other than your own interest? You know, like something other than just about me. You know what I mean? And that's one of the things I would say is that you need to start with relationships. Oh, but I'm an introvert. You're not an introvert. You're antisocial. Let's call it what it is. You're antisocial, and that can be fixed. You know, oh, but I got anxiety. Well, baby steps. You can fix anything you want. It's up here. It's all up here. If you tell yourself you can't do something, you will succeed at that. You tell yourself you can do something, you might not succeed at that, but you'll enjoy the journey of trying. And I will say this. Those who are chasing happiness. So you got the money, you go buy the supercar, you go buy the motorbike. And I've had bikes and boats and stuff, and trust me, I've done sailplane gliding and stuff like that. It's fun, and it's a great experience and whatever. But it's not what makes you happy. Like, owning things is not what. I mean, you look at my guitar collection; it's just pretty phenomenal, right? It's maybe not the most phenomenal, but it's like, I'm proud of myself. I've worked really hard for that. My drum kit, I'm working on that. I get fulfillment not because I bought the drum kit. I get fulfillment on the drums because it's hard. It's really freaking hard to get it right. And when I do get something right, it's like, achievement. I feel good about that, right? Then when I can show that to other people, like the gig I did a week ago, not a lot of people clapping, but a lot of people enjoying, And I enjoyed performing for people, okay, because they're enjoying themselves. It's fulfilling for me, which byproduct makes me happy, right? Maybe you don't do that, but it doesn't have to be that. It can be anything. So I gotta leave the video now and get my ass working because grass should be dry enough to cut. Probably the last grass cut of the year. When I finished here, it's going to look really good. I'm going to feel good about that. I will leave you with this. For those of you who think chasing happiness is a good idea, think of the best time of your life, the happiest moment of your life. Okay? And then I'll ask this question, and I'll leave you on this question. Who were you with? Think about that. Just think about that. And that is what you should be chasing, is the experience with other people. It's not what you owned. It's not what you had. It's not even where you were. It was who you were with. And how did that make you feel? A bit fulfilled, didn't it? And what did that do? It made you happy. All right, guys. There we go. This was a great day.